about how to ride the position out, how to keep your guy here, and then how to link that to a few different submissions. So first we go to the Omoplata position, which can be done a lot of different ways. Right now, let's say I go for the arm bar first. So we're here, attacking for the arm bar. He pulls out of the arm bar. Immediately, when he pulls out of the arm bar, grab his sleeve, grab his arm, and shoot the hips up so you're heavy over the head. Now I want to pin this wrist to the inside on my hip. From here, I want to sit up, lean towards the head to make that easy. Sit up all the way to your hand, and you're going to reach across your partner's back and grab for his lapel, like this. From here, you're going to grab the lapel and hang on. So we're here like this. Now, when I'm in this position, in order to maintain it, some common things that he's going to try to do. One is he might try to bring his head back into me like this. Alright? Whenever he does this motion, I extend that leg on the same side. So he lifts his head, I straighten my leg, and he can't lift his head. Another thing he might try to do is lift his hips like he wants to try to roll or spin out like this. When that happens, I straighten that leg. So I'm pulling the lapel and straightening whichever leg needs to be straightened. Like this. When I straighten this leg, it blocks his hips. So if he moves his head, I straighten the leg that's on the head. If he moves the hips, I straighten the leg that's on the hips. And that controls him. You just have to get good at doing it and feeling it. If you can't get a hold of the far side lapel, you can use this position, which I also think is very effective. So everything's the same. He pulls out, shoot the hips up. Okay, this time, I'm going to grab his lapel right here. I'm going to reach down and grab for his pants or his belt right here. So my arms are on the inside of my legs. I don't want to be around my legs. My arms are on the inside, like this. And I keep the pressure here. Once again, everything here is the same. If he lifts his head, I straighten that leg to control him. If he lifts his hips, I straighten that leg to control him. Okay? I grab the lapel, and I grab the belt. And now I keep the legs hooked. If he lifts his head, I straighten on that side. Puts all my weight over here. If he lifts his butt, I straighten on that side. My hips come out that side. Puts all my weight right here. So it keeps him from rolling and escaping. Common things that happen when I'm in this position is he bases on this outside hand. In order to move his head or to sit effectively, a lot of times he bases right here. So when he bases on that hand, I just tuck my foot under the arm. Now I'm going to straighten this leg out, let my hips go the opposite way. Like this. I can use this to pull myself in. I want to reach and grab whatever I can on the arm. Ideally, I like to get to his wrist if I can. I'm going to cross my feet. Still have his arm trapped over here. I hold the wrist. I push the hips, extend the legs, and pull on the arm gently. So the partner taps. It's like a crucifix. Okay, so maybe I go for the arm lock first. He pulls out. I shoot the hips up as I pull on the arm. Now I'm going to pin the arm to my sleeve. I want to turn in towards the side of the head and shoot my hand up and base on the bottom hand. My butt should always be turned out towards his legs a little bit so that it's not hard for me to sit up and just stay up. And now I go, reach around for his lapel, just grab the gi anywhere, grab the cloth and pull on it, bundle it up, grab it with two hands, and hang back like this. Once again, if he moves his head, I straighten that leg, and my hips kind of come out to that side. If he lifts his butt, I straighten that leg, and the hips float out to that side. If he bases on his hand at any time, I can loop underneath of his armpit, scoop my butt towards the legs, so I face towards the arm, and just climb my way over to it. I can cross the feet. If I can't get a hold of his wrist, just crawl in, underhook that bicep, grab your hands together, shoot the hips forward, gently pull the arm back until your partner taps. Go slowly because it's dangerous. If he bases on the hand, I always underhook the arm and take the crucifix. If he keeps it tucked, I can't do that. If he lifts his hips, I block by straightening the leg. I hold him to the lapel, but I reach out and grab right here. Good grip. Straighten my arm out. Now I go from the lapel to the sleeve. It's important now that I base, scoop my butt away, keep this arm straight that's holding his pant leg, it's holding right here, and stomp this leg that's in his armpit. If I don't stomp this leg, he's not going to flatten out. I want to flatten him by pushing. Push like this. Get my butt out, put his hand toward the mat, sit up. Now close this distance between our hips. And go underneath the armpit, under the shoulder, base up. His arm should be trapped between my belly and my hip, my leg. Push off the base leg, pull with the hands, and drive the knee down to the mat. Gently until your partner taps. So here again, he lifts his hips. I block just to make sure he doesn't roll or spin out. And then I reach down for the pant leg. What happens now is I give him the opportunity to move his arm. And when he moves his arm like this, I'm simply going to hug it. 1 and 2. Put all the weight on my inside shoulder. Keep my head up. I'm going to lift my hips and bring my knees to the mat. Lift my butt up. Bring my knees together on the mat. Now I look the other way. Drop the hips to the mat. When he rolls, I just follow. Keeping pressure all the time. I sit her up. Keep the knees pinched. Lift the hips up. Like this. If he manages to sit up in this position, like here, I want to make sure I keep this knee pulled in. Like this. Right? If I leave it here, he might pass around. So he sits up, we'll lay down one more time. When he sits up, I pull this knee in with him. Like this. And I keep pulling on the arm. I lift the hips and follow around the leg. And I can finish it here. Instead, but that's not always necessary. I should be able to get it the first way if I stay tight with the hips. So he hips up. I block it. He grabs under his knee. So I can't do an omoplata. He's not bringing her arm around, so I can't do the arm bar. His head's to the floor, and I can't hook for the crucifix. What I'm going to do now is I grab his hip, post the arm straight. I want to hip out, and let go of the lapel. Hip out again and bring his knee down through the mat like this. My ankle, the bony part of my leg, goes into his armpit. Make a figure 4. Go underneath of his body and hug like this. Now straighten this leg out. Lift the hips up to get the pressure. It's like a crush type of movement. I'm crushing my shin in between his body and his arm. This is like a little armpit crush.